There's not one nigga that can say that shit.
No.
Fuck, man. Fucking DMX was able to say he was a nigga walking around in the streets with 5 felonies, man. 3 strikes, you're supposed to be out. 5 motherfucking felonies, he was still on the street.
No, not even Tupac had that many freaking.
No.
And I don't know if that was his fucking brother or his family member that lives here or something like that. They got fucking killed or died, something like that.
Tupac's relative, I think.
It's like somebody named Boop Bop or Oop Bop Shakur or something like that. Particularly given his position, but this is also not an uncommon terrain for the former president. He has had other judges warn him about his rhetoric. I guess a lot of people around here knew him.
Part of the, his family was part of the Black Panthers, but the Shakurs were also part of the Nation of Islam. And that's the dude who was killed here.
I'm Wolf Blitzer in Washington, along with Aaron Burnett in New York. We're following major breaking news on the vote. A short while ago to remove Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House of Representatives. It's the first in the history of the U.S. Congress.
An incredible day for McCarthy's House were led by Congressman Matt Gaetz, joined by other GOP hardliners, and it was sealed, of course, by Democrats who could have stepped up to save McCarthy. They just refused to do it.
Extremely historic and dramatic indeed, and now House business, for all practical purposes, is paralyzed as the chamber faces the very difficult and divisive challenge of choosing a new Speaker of the House. We're standing by for a meeting of House Republicans this hour. This is a special edition.
Oh yeah, no rights to any of the fucking news shit that goes on in the background on YouTube. So if I post this, you can kiss my sorry fucking ass.
Speaking to everyone in the center of this chaos, dissent and anger, Manu, what is the very latest that you are learning now ahead of what I know is going to be a crucial and pivotal meeting this hour among the GOP?
At this moment, Kevin McCarthy, the former Speaker of the House, legislate until they elect.
Captain's log starting 2143.5.
The new speaker, this historic vote, sending this chamber into a state
heading
of
back
paralysis,
to Nimbus to
and raising
do a little
questions.
recon.
It looks like the programmers are trying to keep us from doing that, and we fucked up the Matrix program again.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the simulation's almost over, because we started doing shit that they didn't think we were going to do. He does not have the majority vote.
Like these fucking humans are like, they're almost fucking. Where's that next asteroid at, or where's that next comet at? It's coming pretty soon, guys. Oh yeah, well they're gonna be fucked now because it's gonna be that big.
One of them I caught up with was Congressman Nancy Mace, who said that she voted to kick McCarthy out because she says he broke his promises.
I made deals with Kevin McCarthy, with the Speaker, that he has not kept to help women in this country, and we have done nothing for them. Or as a survivor of rape, and I worked all year on a rape kit bill that hasn't seen the time of day, I cannot tell you how frustrating that is as a woman in this conference, in this Capitol, to have that happen. Like, if you make a promise, you should keep it. And if you promise women you're going to help
damn straight, woman.
Yeah. Really Republican. Well, her and Lauren Boebert are the only Republicans that I put my dick in right now.
for doing so. Some of them said that he should not have cut any deal with Democrats or allowed Democrats to vote to keep the government open. The Senate should have pushed for a Republican-only plan. Even though he did that, he couldn't get the support of those same conservatives who ultimately ousted him for the position. But nevertheless, the question is, what is next for the House GOP? And that is unanswered at this moment. As Kevin McCarthy huddled with his top advisors deciding what to do as this bitterly divided House GOP conference meets in just a matter of moments to pick up the pieces and try to put it back together somehow.
All right, Manu, thank you very much. You know, Wolf, it is just so incredible when you think about it, deeply divided indeed, but yet, 8 against 210-4.
No.
Right? It's a lopsided divide, right? It's almost all. And then the debate will then continue to cost us gas.
But it was enough to remove Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Right now, I want to get a reaction from a Republican who voted against McCarthy's removal. Representative Kelly Armstrong.
Watch it, Kiara. I don't need you dying.
As I said, you voted against removing McCarthy from the speakership. What's your reaction to his ousting?
Well, I got to congratulate my 8 Republican colleagues. They gave Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden unified control of government in D.C., at least temporarily. I don't see how that helps the conservative movement, and I don't see how that helps the Republican majority in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Do you think McCarthy should continue to seek the speakership, even though he doesn't have the support of 218 members of your conference?
Yeah, he's got the vast support of the vast majority of our conference. I mean, he's got 8 people who voted against him, and I will back whatever play Kevin does. I don't think anybody could have done this job better than him. We have opened the House back up. We have regular order, open amendments. I said all of those things in my speech today. But I think even going back, nobody has done more to help us get and maintain this majority than Kevin McCarthy. And I don't see anybody else who could do that job, nor I'm not sure anybody else wants that job right now.
Jan Clinton Lansing has about 25,000 members. Oh, the way people in GM Lansing are going on strike. They're expanding the strike.
I think essentially until you change the rules and figure this out, we are held hostage by a very, very, very.
I wonder how far they're willing to bend on them demands, man, because that 32-hour work week, getting paid for like you work 40 hours, a 4-day work week. I could see something like that, a 4-day work week and getting paid for 5 days, because you just expand it to 10-hour days. You get 40 hours in, right? And then you have some other guys, like one crew starts like goes Monday through Thursday, and you get another crew going Tuesday through Friday, and that covers a whole week's worth of production, right? There you go.
And how much time are those motherfuckers gonna be like, gonna last on that? Oh, I'm on strike commission.
No, strike pay sucks, dude. Strike pays bare minimum, not even what they make it's not even what they make on on unemployment.
Yep.
It's less than their unemployment. And unemployment's low. It's low, man. You don't get what you fucking make. No matter what, no matter where you work, you don't get what you usually make an hour or whatever a week on unemployment, man. They just don't work that fucking way.
Because why would the next speaker ever keep the House as open as it's been over the last 9 months?
When do you expect the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and could this process, Congressman, potentially drag out like the 15 votes we saw?
Oh yeah, that's right. Honestly, she's picking up the line, and I can ask what she wanted to do for this.
I think there are a lot of different groups, and there's going to be a group of Republicans that are just simply that have been around a long time and not interested.
Lasagna sounds good. Huh? Lasagna sounds good.
Regardless of what happens next.
You know what that means, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I've got 22 days to get this fucking place packed
I want to
up.
break down all of these historic developments with our political experts who are here with me right now in the Situation Room. And David Chiang, the American director. Give us a sense, what does this say about the state of the Republican Party in the House, right?
Nothing very good. I mean, it is clearly in chaos at the moment, and it is because of this small faction. I think that is so important to keep reminding people as Republicans. The vast majority of House Republicans supported Kevin McCarthy here. We're talking about a very small faction. Now, that is because Kevin McCarthy gave them the power to do so in order to obtain the Speaker's gavel. That is because they ran candidates that did not give them as robust a majority as they hoped they were going to get last fall, and so he's dealing with very narrow math. But think about where we are for a moment on this historic day and how we got here in recent weeks. Kevin McCarthy worked out a deal with President Biden to avoid the first ever default on our debt. He then worked out a deal with Democrats this past weekend to keep the government open and functioning. And what he got in return for those two responsible governing positions was to be fired from his job.
That was his crime. His crime was to work with Democrats and keep the government open. And for these nihilists who were holding the Republicans hostage in the House, that was a terrible thing that shouldn't have happened. And I was texting with one Republican today, and I said, well, does this leave Matt Gaetz as a kingmaker? Because, the question is, will they go into this conference and does he have a veto? And the answer was, no, he's still a leper. And that's the way they regard him. And, the question is, what will his influence be on choosing the next speaker? Could it be, Kevin McCarthy? We don't know the answer to that, but he's thrown the party, along with a few of his comrades, into complete and utter chaos for really no particular reason. They say they didn't trust him and all the rest of it, but neither did the Democrats, right? And that's why they voted against him. But, it's kind of remarkable that small group had this much of a sway over the future of the Republican Party.
Audience, really amazing. This is a remarkable poll for Kevin McCarthy, and now the former Speaker, now just Representative McCarthy. How do you see this playing?
Well, in the immediate future, I expect there to be a brutally uncomfortable meeting in the House right now between a lot of Republicans who, number one, be hearing grievances. Number two, be asking your question, is this guy in charge now? Is he a kingmaker? Is this what it means to have power? Just being able to cause this level of dysfunction. And lastly, I think this question about who's next is fascinating because it's not like we didn't see this coming. As soon as you had to do 15 rounds, someone must have thought, maybe on my next vote, I would have done X. So I do wonder whether this could move quicker than we think. And a lot of it has to do with the people who are the options. Will they look around and say, this is a thankless job, no thanks, based on what I'm seeing the last couple of times? Or, yes, this is my time, and the first test will be the next question about the government.
And will they have to cut deals? Just like McCarthy had to cut deals. Do they get it for free? I don't think so.
Let me bring Jeff into this conversation. Republican critics of Matt Gaetz says he has now handed over a major gift to President Biden and the Democrats. What do you think?
Well, we heard the congressman say it, and actually on the House floor today during the arguments, Congressman Mike Garcia of California said, we need to be the no drama party. I fear this drama will make us lose our majority. So that is the sentiment. And look, I mean, if the degree to which voters are looking for a responsible, reasonable party that can govern, this certainly is a vote against Republicans. So in the short term, without question, it makes the very reasonable things that David was mentioning there, saving the country from defaulting on our debt and keeping the government open, funding the troops, etc. Those are basic functions of governing, and this is something the Republicans can't do here. So yes, I think it is a good gift for the president. But what I'm struck by, 269 days. That is Speaker McCarthy's tenure, the shortest speaker ever in our history. In some respects, though, it's amazing it lasted that long. because we all thought every deal kind of along the way he would lose. So he went from winter to spring to summer, the beginning of fall, and he's out. What's happening in the meeting now, I was talking to one Republican on the Hill who actually was suggesting something that Audie just said. This could go shorter. Because what Matt Gaetz wanted was a scalp. So they got their scalp, and now do they want to move a little forward? But there's no consensus or plan B that we know of. But things change in the dynamic of the meeting here. I would be very surprised, though, if Kevin McCarthy's would go through. I mean, I think he's willing to go through anything to be Speaker again if that was an outcome. I do not expect him to emerge successful in that, so I don't think they'll try that. I would be surprised by that tonight.
I also was texting to someone who said shorter rather than longer because they realize they have a problem, that this looks ridiculous, insane to the American public, and that if they have to prove they can get their act together, they better do it pretty quickly.
You can't blame Democrats, right?
Right.
You can't say, like, only they cooperated, the thing that is basically considered heresy to do.
All right, everybody stand by. We have a lot more to discuss as divided, and they are very divided right now. As divided Republicans are heading into talks aimed at settling on a new speaker after ousting Kevin McCarthy. Our live coverage, special live coverage, right here in the Situation Room, will continue right after this.
Viruses and bacteria float all around us. Unlike air fresheners, only new Lysol Air Sanitizer kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria in the air. Because scent can't sanitize, Lysol can.
Ready to pool with Dry Time? You get the real deal. It's the Dry Time Real Deal Maker.
I can't get too excited. It lets you customize the real down payment and monthly payment of the car you want to buy.
That's super smart. I make the deal myself.
It's your car. You should make the deal you want.
The deal you make on your phone is the deal you pay. It's that simple. You make the deal yourself.
Then just go to the dealership for a haggle-free purchase because you already made the deal yourself. Well, get the real deal at drydone.com.
We've got questions about Medicare plans. Well, we've got a lot of answers.
You used the older version of her saying that, but then in the commercial, she's like wearing different clothing and shit. And they redid her hair.
Things like dental, vision, and hearing.
But she's still a little snobby little brat. Cute snobby little brat, though.
Call 1-888-65-NET to get answers to your questions.
Why are all redheads fucking snobby little brats? And sometimes cute.
A lot of people need to replace their windows or patio doors, but they put it off because they think it'll be too expensive. Hi, I'm Ann Romer. I'm here with Michael Smith from Renewal by Andersen. You really work with the customers to find affordable solutions.
We do, Amy. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, one of the largest window manufacturers in North America. So we can usually offer our customers larger discounts and better financing than smaller companies or contractors.
Other window companies don't offer your same window and door installation method.
Our installers have installed thousands of windows. Our windows are manufactured to precisely fit your specific window openings. Being custom built also means if you have any beautiful trim that you'd like to keep, we can often install your windows without impacting that trim. You won't get this with most vinyl windows.
And you offer a free window and patio door diagnosis?
We do. We'll come to your home and assess your current windows, show you where you might be losing energy, and take measurements. Then we'll leave you with an exact price quote that's good for an entire year.
So you're not a high-pressure company?
My background is in home remodeling as a carpenter. I've seen every window problem out there. So now I just want to help homeowners make their homes more beautiful and comfortable with the right window.
And your patio doors are really gorgeous.
They are. And they're engineered to easily open and close for years. And with multiple locking points on our patio doors, they provide even greater security.
That is so great to hear, Michael. Thank you.
Before October 31st, buy one window, patio door, or entry door and get the next one 40% off. That's 40% off with a minimum purchase of 4. And our financing can help make this project more affordable with zero money down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. This offer ends October 31st. For a free appointment with Renewal by Andersen, call 1-800-501-1400. That's 1-800-501-1400.
Always for she is.
Can be extraordinary with rich, creamy, delicious Fage total yogurt.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Page Publishing. Want to publish a book? We'll review your manuscript for free.
If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call 800-563-0741.
Division and dysfunction in Congress at a new level tonight with the unprecedented vote to remove Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House of Representatives for staying on this major historic breaking story as GOP lawmakers begin trying to wrangle over who should be their next leader. Melanie Zeros joining us live from Capitol Hill right now. Melanie, Republican Congressman Patrick McHenry, a top McCarthy ally, has just been named interim Speaker. Tell us what happens from here.
Yeah, well, no one really knows the answer to that question, Wolf, right now. There's just so much uncertainty in Washington. But what I can tell you is that McCarthy is currently huddled with the Speaker, former Speaker, I should say, in his office. The House Republican Conference will meet as a group at around 6:45 p.m. But the big question right now is, what does Kevin McCarthy do? Does he continue running and putting himself in this? Through this and try to still become the Speaker, or does he step aside and let someone else step up to the plate? If he were to step aside, that would set off a scramble for the leadership. And even if he doesn't, we could see some other names try to put themselves forward during this conference meeting. But I was talking to some of his allies,
yeah, baby. You could
to be able to become Speaker once again.
grab some votes from my package down here.
To keep nominating him if he does not have the path to get the votes he needs. In fact, Steve Womack, a longtime ally of McCarthy, told me men are testing everyone's limits, and at some point in time, if he can't, that is, if he can't get McCarthy elected, it will dawn on people that maybe it's not in the cards for Kevin McCarthy. So that is a pretty striking admission from one of his top allies on Capitol Hill. But again, it's unclear what is going to happen at this point. The House cannot conduct any other business until they elect a new Speaker. But in the meantime, we're already seeing some of the fallout and fury from this historic vote to remove the Speaker. I'm told that some Republican members of the bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus are now considering quitting the group in mass in retribution for their Democratic colleagues in that group for voting to remove Kevin McCarthy. There's a lot of angst about the decision to do that. We're also seeing some now calls in the Republican Party to remove Matt Gaetz from the House Republican Conference. That's something that Don Bacon told my colleague Andy Blair, and then you heard earlier Kelly Armstrong also told you he was considering that or thought it would be a topic of conversation as well. But really, they cannot do anything, like I said, until they elect a new Speaker. We are not expecting to be elected votes tonight. They have a lot of things that they need to sort through, so we'll learn a lot more at this 6:45 p.m. meeting.
All right, Melanie, thank you very much. And Melanie's words to our panel here, which said that there's people considering quitting the Problem Solvers Conference. And there's nothing like taking your ball and going home when you're in the Problem Solvers Conference. I mean, what kind of threat that's supposed to be? Maybe some sort of, I don't know, something that says everything I need to know right now. Congressman Walsh, so you obviously been in Washington. This is a party.
You bitch.
This is chaos. This is a disaster. They've got this meeting coming up, Melanie says here in these next months.
Hi, baby.
What's going to go on in that room?
Maybe the biggest speaker in 5 minutes. Aaron, this is a political disaster for the Democrats. I know a lot of prognosticators. They're going to lose the House because of this. This is the kind of thing that matters. This is utter incompetence. And I agree with some of the prior speakers. They can't dilly-dally around long. They got to pick somebody pretty quick.
Okay, Abby, the odds of the speaker being picked in 5 minutes. I mean, just to put the math out here, right? 210.
Yeah, like they're gonna fucking pick a speaker in 5 fucking minutes. They're probably in that room right now, bickering back and forth, like, I'm Speaker, no, I'm Speaker, no, I'm Speaker. Well, you can't be Speaker because you're fucking fired.
He has been incredibly stubborn, and that's been kind of the frame that he's led in the House all the way through this process, from his 15-vote speakership race to now. So we'll see what he ends up doing. If he moves to the side, yeah, you could see a much quicker process. But I also think the other thing that Melanie talked about, and that Kelly Armstrong told Wolf earlier, what happens to Matt Gaetz? There are a lot of moderate Republicans who are sick of this, and they're going to need some concessions too. What does that look like? And will they demand that
Matt Gaetz or others are punished for pulling a move like this, that many of them are worried could jeopardize their seats, jeopardize their majority in the House.
And it's interesting, Basil, that one congressperson was saying there's a mistake for McCarthy ever to empower a single person to call a vote for his house, right? One of the many things that he gave up that had never been given up before, in order to even get the gavel in the first place, the kind of thing, we all told him not to do that.
Well, it's a heck of a time to say, I told you so. And if you remember that day, you would say to yourself, there's no way that this speakership is really going to mean anything at the end of the day when they could be so easily given up. And that's why I said before that it really wasn't speaker, it wasn't his to actually have it maintained. It belonged to this very small group of Republicans who are really in control of this. And so even if he decides to stay on and try to fight it, for what purpose? Because the government shut down. The government shut down because of this particular instance. So all that they tried to avoid before, they got exactly what they wanted at the end of the day. And I think to your point, the American people will see that. Okay, I'm not messing with it, but the Democrats, the American refuse to say over and over again, they've seen the Republican Party as a party of chaos, as a party of no, as a party of not being able to get things done, and it just continues to feed into what Joe Biden and the Democrats have said all along.
So, Harry, that was really just a few minutes. Okay, Tim Burchett, Republican, who was against.
Yes.
I think the American people understand what we're doing. I think they really support it.
I don't know. I don't know if Americans support the clown show that's going on currently in the U.S. House of Representatives. It feels like something more out of the West Wing than something that'd be realistic. But I will note, 9% of Republicans approve of the job that Congress is doing. And of course, Republicans run the House. This is not an example.
Yeah, I'm like, let's be careful. It wasn't 9% of Republicans. 9% of Republicans approve of Republicans.
Republicans do not support what's going on currently in the U.S. Congress. But the other thing I will note, beyond just the Republicans feeling, is
I had no idea that's what the planet looks like on the opposite side.
There are very few Republicans who are actually talking about in the U.S. House that voted essentially to make McCarthy.
So that's what Kabali Prime looks like.
There are plenty of conservative Republicans who voted to keep McCarthy in power. What we're really talking about is not really a left-right division of the Republican Party necessarily. It's a do we want to govern part of the Republican Party, and basically let's just light everything on fire and just laugh around.
Right, which is right to the point. Plenty of conservative Republicans are in that 210. Right? It's a very small group.
Very conservative Republicans. I mean, we're talking about very conservative Republicans as if they are moderates, which they are not. And all they're saying is, let's try to do something. One of the other things, though, I look back on the McCarthy tenure, and you really have to ask the question, what did he really accomplish in giving all of this power to such a small minority of his whole Congress? What, an impeachment inquiry, a hearing that became a clown show, basically, for Republicans, their own witnesses telling them that they don't have the evidence to impeach? This is not really a story that looks well for McCarthy one way or another. He had an opportunity at several junctures to decide to govern. He is the Speaker of the House, not the Speaker of the Republican Party, the Speaker of the House. And he chose not to do that, to try to curry favor with a group that was never, ever going to be nice.
It's not a group, but to Abby's point, he gave them the weapon. He gave Matt Gaetz the weapon. I know 8 people voted to vacate him. None of them read it except for Gaetz. If Gaetz
is basically
completely, none of the other 7 would have led this thing. McCarthy gave them the weapon, and to Harry and Abby's point, this is a MAGA conference. These aides are different. There's something else different than that.
And one quick point here: the last meeting we heard about Pine Coast was the other day. They were somebody called Matt Gaetz a scumbag. I mean, it just evolved. It was disgusting and unprofessional and inappropriate. Do we have any reason to believe that what's about to happen in half an hour is going to be any different?
No.
I mean, they booed him on the fourth day.
They dislike him vehemently, and this is going to be much, much worse. You can't remove him for being a jerk, but he'll pay some kind of price.
I mean, it's going to be incredible. I mean, this moment that's about to happen, an unprecedented moment. And, of course, Donald Trump is now reacting to chaos on Capitol Hill and his own party. Will the former president and current Republican frontrunner
weigh in on the scramble to replace Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a person he supported, but of course, he also supports hate. We'll be right back.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaner from Stanley Steamer. You've done us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
At Consumer Cellular, we offer amazing 5G coverage, backed up by incredible customer service. But that wouldn't be much without super low prices. You already know we're a PAP switch with the largest carriers. But guess what? AARP members can save
Switch to Consumer Cellular now and get unlimited local text and calls for data plans starting at only $20 a month.
Can't sleep. Nope.
I can't sleep either.
And it only gets tougher with age. Well, maybe you'll sleep better knowing that Progressive protects your home, auto, and business.
Wait, is this telemetry?
Seems real to me. Nothing out of the ordinary here.
Awesome, now they started adding flow.
Imagine a world with no drama. Promotional products to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordinary promotional products at forinfant.com.
For had 8 UTIs in 1 year. This inspired me and my partner Spencer to launch Euphoria. Euphoria makes effective urinary tract health products. It truly works miracles.
The peace of mind I've been looking for.
Go to euphoria.com to learn more.
This is AG1, foundational nutrition to support whole body, brain, and gut health. Vitamins, minerals, pre-probiotics, adaptogens, functional mushrooms, all that and this. Start at drinkag1.com.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentix works.
Cosentix helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis.
Don't die, babe.
Severe skin reactions that look like eczema and an increased risk of infections, some fatal have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentix.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix. Realtor.com's Real View maps show you concise, wildfire, flood, and noise ratings on every home listing. Don't all have to do that? Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust. Download the Realtor.com app today.
What a view!
This is amazing. The family road trip through Spain is just getting started. Next stop, Madrid. We are eating history. This is a perfection. Jose Andres and family in Spain. New episode, Sunday at 9, CNN.
The power's up, and we still have Black Friday to our homework. And that's a good thing? Great in my book. Who are we?
No power? No problem. Introducing Storm Ready Wi-Fi. Now you can stay reliably connected through power outages with unlimited cellular data and up to 4 hours of battery backup to keep you online. Only from Xfinity, home of the Xfinity 10G network. Learn more today.
Oh, that's good. It's not stupid. You don't have to want that. I'll show you.
Curtis, what are you doing here?
Permanent. Because at HSN, you don't just shop your favorite products. We demo them for you. Look at that.
Oh.
And our demos are online, so you can easily window shop anytime, anywhere. Only at HSN and HSN.com.
I know you thought I had Washington. That's it.
Tonight, former President Trump staying out of the fight, actively avoiding weighing in on today's historic decision to remove House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Kristen Holmes is joining us from outside Trump Tower in New York City right now. Kristen, Trump's decision, at least so far, to remain uninvolved is a stark contrast from his earlier efforts to aid McCarthy, especially earlier this year.
Yeah, well, absolutely. If you remember back to January, some stuff was in the 11th hour after McCarthy had ordered a dozen failed votes for Speaker. Trump essentially called for the GOP to stand down. He also made personal calls to some of those holdouts, including Matt Gaetz, on McCarthy's behalf. And so far, he is not leading in here at all. He's told by sources that he's uninterested in this moment.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties. Yeah, that ship is sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
I attend to diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take months daily, Jardiance. At each day start, as terminal, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance puts 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to a sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital abuse or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction, and don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
If you were exposed to Roundup Weed Killer and were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or leukemia, call 1-800-641-2900. The International Agency for Research on Cancer warns that Roundup's main ingredient may be carcinogen. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or leukemia after using Roundup Weed Killer, call our lawyers at 1-800-641-2900. 1-800-641-2900.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself. Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain? Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer. With promotional products from 4imprint, our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty. Customers up. Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
Kinda cute, but she's got crazy girlfriend written all over her fucking face.
Tonight News Nation brings you never before seen
I'm
pictures
going
of
for a
Frank
super.
before was murdered.
No.
It is the latest detail of the decades-long mystery of one of the brightest stars in the entertainment business. New images show the bullet-riddled car that Tupac and record executive Suge Knight were riding in that night. It's part of the evidence shown to a Las Vegas grand jury, which led to murder charges against Dwayne Keith D. Davis. Davis is a former gang leader who publicly claimed he was in the car with the gunman who fired the fatal shots. Everyone else who was in the car has since died. The arrest is likely the final chapter to a decades-long mystery that ended the feud between East Coast and West Coast rappers. But with no arrests in the case, it built up years of interest from music and true crime fans alike. Every year, it seemed a few drips of evidence would emerge, but nothing strong enough for police to act on. And then, in 2019, Davis seemingly implicated himself.
But it wasn't until 2018 that this case was reinvigorated as additional information came to light related to this homicide. Specifically, Dwayne Davis' own admissions to his involvement in this homicide investigation that he provided to numerous different media outlets.
It began with a confrontation that turned violent in the MGM Grand Casino on the Vegas Strip following a boxing match featuring heavyweight champ Mike Tyson. Tupac and his crew attacked Orlando Anderson, who was part of a rival gang and the nephew of Davis. Police say that was the motive behind Tupac's murder. That fight right there that you're watching as the group tracked him down and allegedly killed him. All right, so joining us now is former homicide prosecutor Matt Huffey, a trial attorney and legal analyst.
Yeah, and there was a lot of evidence too that dumbass was implicated into it.
The actual shooting. You can see the car that Suge Knight and Tupac were sitting in at a traffic light a little bit after that fight we were just showing. When somebody pulled up beside the number 5.
Because no, Suge, it could have
was a witness to all of this.
Freaking drove off, but.
And Suge Knight said in an interview last night, I 1,000%, I'm quoting here, I 1,000% will not testify. Matt, did they tell him to testify?
He only took off after the dumbass got 4 shots off of fucking on freaking goddamn Tupac, and then freaking Suge Knight drove off.
About it. I mean, Davis talked in interviews, and that's how he got arrested.
Right.
Suge Knight says I won't testify, and then he talks about it in interviews.
That's right. And then he makes a statement, and then he says, but I'm not going to testify to it. He's like, well, dude, you just kind of did. You just gave a statement that actually could be useful to the defense. There's in the culture of street gangs, especially back then in the 90s, there's a sense of omerta that we won't speak. And a lot of the questions about this case dealt with how long it took, how long the investigation took. That interview with Suge Knight is basically the answer to that. Every gang case, especially in Southern California, was a function of that. Like the witnesses, there's an old adage, crimes in hell don't have angels as witnesses. Crimes in the gang world don't have the angels as witnesses either. And a lot of this, they refuse to speak, they refuse to cooperate with the police, and that's why these investigations oftentimes go nowhere.
Missy, why would Suge Knight refuse to testify? Tupac was his friend. He was in the car with him last night. He was also shot.
I do think it speaks to this, and he said it in his interview. It's the code of the streets. He's not going to violate it. Now, there could be reasons why he might. Perhaps he would look for some sort of concession. He's serving a lengthy sentence. He's not going to be out for parole for a while. Whether or not prosecutors will be willing to play ball, I don't know. But he's taken that position. But to Matt's point, we're still getting information that could be useful to both sides. But my opinion, even if he doesn't speak, Davis spoke enough. He spoke back in 1993. He spoke in 2009, although that statement couldn't be used as evidence or related to another plea deal, so that's not evidence. And then this documentary. So now investigators have gone back, matched up those statements to the incidents, to the evidence that they previously had, and now have put together a case under an aider and abettor theory. So whether or not he testifies, I'm not quite sure it matters at this point.
And even though Davis wasn't accused of actually firing the gun, Matt, he was accused of being the guy who gave the order for the gun to be fired.
That's what they accused him of. He's also admitted he gave the gun.
He was the shot caller from that fucking particular sect of the Crips for Blood, whichever they were. Damn. Motherfuckers.
killers have been revealed. Make your way to their locations. The planet killers are now active. We have 10 minutes to destroy as many as possible. Planet Killer is invulnerable. Use the Klingon weapons to destroy its shielding. That's it! Finish off the Planet Killer!
Yeah.
The Planet Killer has been destroyed.
That's one destroyed.
The Planet Killer has been destroyed.
Ow, that's better. Fuck.
All 3 Planet Killers have been destroyed. Excellent work. The Undine will return, but we have... Belay that. There is a massive Voth fleet inbound. All ships, return to the staging area. We must prepare for the Voth.
Destroy all the primates. This sphere will belong to us.
Even though I'm not a big hunk of fat and juicy meat. And my name's not Pumbaa, and I'm not a real treat. What? Ah. The fucking dreadnought warped in right on my fucking ship saucer head.
Did it really?
Uh-huh. Motherfucker came out of nowhere. Fucking sneak attacked my fucking saucer. It's dead now. Got a whole bunch of fucking people in this incident who are freaking destroying everything in here. And that big ass fucking jellyfish motherfucker's not helping either. They should never have made that a fucking ship, but they had to give people the fucking jellyfish from fucking Encounter at Farpoint for fucking the summer event for last year. This year they gave us fucking something from Star Trek Lower Decks, where it's a ship that looks like fucking Flash Gordon's ship.
Oh.
Since, you know, Tom Paris was a big Flash Gordon motherfucker.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon.
The Voth are retreating.
Okay, that's all over, and now I can work the fuck out. Come, get us the fuck out of here. I'm going out. Come, set a course for Starbase 1. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its ongoing mission to destroy strange new worlds, to conquer new life forms, and to enslave other races, to boldly conquer where no human has conquered before. Sir, are you done being a Terran now? Yes. Sir, do you want to go into Alpha Quadrant? Take us in there, Mr. Scott. Captain, we'll be coming up on Deep Space Nine pretty soon. Approaching Deep Space Nine, Captain. Ah, the wormhole is out. And it just closed.
What can I get for you? There will always be a part of me that misses the joy. I have some things for you to look into.
First record I ever heard from Motorhead. It was live and raw as fuck. Can you understand why most of us thought they were punk rock? Instead of picking, he's just pounding on that fucker like this. Yeah. It were a little rougher in the beginning.
Okay, if she's gonna wear a skirt, that's the kind of skirt she would wear.
Miles. Let's talk. Sitting here on the funny farm. Tell you, one of the best things about the original Motorhead, the original three, was their drummer, Billy. Him and his complete disregard for timekeeping, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck you, I'm gonna pound my fucking drums, I'm gonna hit almost every fucking drum I play. I mean, I have in my kick, every time I play a fucking riff. Like a Keith Moon kind of guy. I love that shit, man. You're on your own now. Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Iron horsey flies, and iron horsey gladly dies. Iron horse is life, iron horse is life. We stick forever and righteously stoned. Your iron horsey flies, and iron horsey That you guys. Iron Horse is life. Iron Horse is life. You never hear it change into the song Born to Lose. There it is. No, this guitar part. Okay, just that small little guitar part. Iron Horse, Iron Horse, Blacky guys. Iron Horse is alive. Today. Another reason why people thought they was punk. They were covering the Pink Fairies. No one dared say a word to Lemmy about the Pink Fairies. Back on the streets again. I'm back on my feet again. On parole. On parole. On parole. On parole. On parole. It's kind of a nice, happy little riff when you listen to it, but Like, I like to see that about being on parole. That means you're a felon.
Uh-huh. Well, he does have a song about being called Jailbait. Jailbait, baby, come on.
Yeah. He wrote that about the Runaways. Joan Jett, Sherry Curry, fucking Lita Ford, and all them when they were like 13, 14 years old. Yeah, that's how old they really were when they first opened for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go before I kill myself. Let me out before I kill somebody else. Feedback like a motherfucker. They didn't fix anything on this tape. They just said, okay, unrelease it.
No, they were like, you guys, not like you guys, where it's like, we gotta make sure that we don't fuck up, if Blair hits his shit, we gotta redo it.
Oh, God. Fuck this. So many takes of fucking institutionalized, man. It drove us all crazy. Even Blair and the controllers, and I mean, people, the engineer and the producer were fucking. I mean, me, Chris, and Frank were like after the fucking fourth or fifth take, man, we were all like, "Fuck, man," you know. And Blair'd be like, "Nope, stick quick," and he'd hear it, and we wouldn't, and it's like, "Can we hear that section again, man?" And we back it up and play it, and clear as day, man, you'd hear it like someone was thumping you upside the head. Then, bam! It's like, okay, all right, Blair, we're cool, let's do it.
They added the wormhole this time. It never used to be out there.
Are you on Deep Space Nine?
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm walking their promenade, and I had no idea that they added the wormhole out there now. I wonder if it's outside Cisco's office too.
Well, that's cool. You'd be able to blast to whatever other. Yeah, but you couldn't get back.
Yeah. Where's the turbo lift, motherfucker? Is that it? Yep, there it is. Yep, nope. Apps.
Where'd you go? The trash compactor?
No.
Airlock?
Why would I want to go to the trash compactor?
Hey, man, you were looking for a lift. You opened the door and disappeared, and then you said, nope.
Okay, I guess it's not outside freaking the office. Bye-bye, Captain Kira. Promenade.
God, your mother hated this album.
Oh, Quartz. Hello, Quartz.
What if they is a baby, even if I could?
But I will be Quartz.
Widowmaker dreamer. White line fever, yeah. Just slow down.
I'll go back to my ship. Excuse me, Orion.
Yeah, there's mistakes and everything on this motherfucker, man. Even let me make some mistakes. Run away from you. And no, actually, White Line Fever in the song was not about sniffing lines of speed. It was actually about being on tour, driving.
Take off, Captain.
And because he never did snort his speed, he drank it in his whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Number one whiskey.
I'm probably sure at the Gigantor that we went to, he was pretty much sitting there in the catering area, getting like hopped up on like speed while in his Coke or anything like that he was drinking there, or out in his because I remember I had to go to fucking, and I had to get shipped off to work that day because nope, I thought I had it off, and my boss thought I had it off, but no. Well, not my boss, my job coach thought I had it off.
Mama! Trouble got up a few minutes ago and then went, I think he's laid back down. He got up to check the TV for a hole.
No, sorry, wait for me. Hi, Bubbles. Good boy.
What?
An hour.
Yeah, we're gonna get this off here. Okay.
Well,